Tonight with breaking news in Fort Worth, where police arrested a dentist several months after they responded to a medical call at her office and a young patient died. Cole Sullivan just went through the arrest documents and joins us live with what he's learned.
Chris, police just arrested this dentist this afternoon. She's charged with injury to a child and the death of a 4-year-old girl. Police say the girl died of a lethal overdose of opioid medication the dentist gave her before a procedure. Aitana Arriaga died back in April in Fort Worth. Investigators say the medical examiner told them she had twice the amount of Demerol in her system compared to what's safe for adults. An arrest affidavit says Dr. Chriselle Hemphill told investigators the girl lost consciousness when she started to wake her up from sedation. The dentist said she tried to give her a drug to reduce the effect of the sedative, but did not give her Narcan, which could have stopped the opioid responsible for her death. The little girl died at the hospital. Police say Hemphill failed to recognize the problem and didn't give the girl proper life-saving measures. And they say her pediatrician told investigators she didn't think the little girl even needed the procedure in the first place. Hemphill is still in jail awaiting bond. Chris.
All right. Thank you very much, Cole. We're also following breaking news near Argyle. First responders just recovered the body of a man who drowned in a pond in the Country Lake subdivision near Park Place and Creekview. Rescue crews from Argyle, Denton, and Louisville joined that search. Denton Fire Rescue says the man and his dog both drowned but haven't given any other details. We'll bring you any new information tomorrow morning on Daybreak. The cleanup continues tonight in San Antonio after a tornado damaged this apartment complex and several businesses nearby. Here's a look at that twister as it passed over the interstate during the morning rush, causing drivers to hit the brakes on I-10.
I'm coming towards you. Right there.
Torrential rain sparked flash floods in Uvalde County, and you can see here a man waded into Elm Creek to save someone who got swept away. He found the man in chest-deep water clinging to a tree, and both were able to get out safely. Tonight, Governor Abbott is putting the threat in terms all Texans will understand.
The 4th of July floods last year had rainfall of 20.29 inches. The expected rainfall during this rainstorm is expected to be more than 30 inches. More rain than what occurred during the flood last year.
You'll remember 139 people died in Central Texas in the Hill Country when the Guadalupe River surged, and the governor reminded residents that rivers can keep rising even after the rain ends. Chief Meteorologist Pete Delkus has an update on the situation right now.
Well, Chris, things are a bit calmer down in South Texas tonight, but as you take a look at these rainfall numbers, this is Uvalde County. This is to the west of San Antonio, anywhere from 5 to 6 to over 8 inches of rain, and just to the northeast of Bracketville, over 15 inches of rain. That's just in the last 24 hours. Then you head into the San Antonio area, just to the north. Here's Bernie. We're looking anywhere from 7 to over 8 inches of rain. So a lot of rain has fallen in these locations over the last 24 hours. Still, flash flood warnings are in effect, even though a big chunk of the rain has come to an end. But between San Antonio and San Angelo, right along I-10 right now, we're seeing additional thunderstorm development. That's in South Texas, and that will stay mainly in South Texas tonight. Up here in North Texas, other than some clouds and a couple spotty showers down around Brownwood. Watch this. Here's the forecast for the rest of the night. A lot of clouds, mainly dry. Rain does develop tomorrow morning well to the west of Fort Worth. I have rain in my forecast as we head through the day tomorrow. About 30% of us will pick up some rain. The more likely time will be during the afternoon. We start tomorrow at 74. At noon, we're at 85. A high tomorrow, 90. That's 6 degrees cooler than normal. I'll let you know how long these cooler than normal temperatures will last. I'll have the latest on El Nino. Is that triggering the rain here in North Texas? And a 14-day forecast that you heat lovers will absolutely love. It's coming up.
Well, new steps are being taken tonight in Carmelo Anthony's appeal. He's serving 35 years in prison on a murder conviction for stabbing Austin Metcalf last year. One of his new attorneys just told us why they're asking a judge to order a new trial. Kevin Reese walks us through those claims and how prosecutors are responding.
5 lawyers and judges at St. Luke United Methodist Church in East Dallas explaining to an audience how juries are selected, an event motivated in part by the trial of Carmelo Anthony and his murder conviction without a black person on his jury.
A fair juror to the defendant and the plaintiff.
One of these lawyers is Russell Wilson, the new appeals attorney for Carmelo Anthony.
But we understand that there's two sides to every story, but we feel confident in the positions that we're taking.
Their position is that Anthony should get a new trial. They say Judge John Roach, who presided over the case, should be recused based on comments he made after the trial.
We believe that based off of the interview that was done, that he could not be fair and impartial.
And allege that limits on how many people could attend the trial, the speed of that trial, and unrecorded agreements or gentlemen's agreements between attorneys about what testimony would be admissible weren't completely followed, impacting Anthony's decision not to testify in his own defense.
We're arguing that the dispute regarding the agreement did impact the outcome of the trial. Yeah.
The Collin County DA's office sent this statement. The defendant's new lawyers have filed a motion containing several inaccurate characterizations of the trial proceedings. I and the entire prosecution team conducted this trial ethically and in full compliance with the court's rulings and any agreements with defense counsel. The next step, Senior Judge Sid Harrell, who presided over the Uvalde school shooting case, is now assigned to consider if Anthony gets a new judge and possibly a new trial. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
Tonight, we're learning more about a shooting inside a grocery store near Houston. Police say two men got into a fight inside the Kroger in Cypress and shot each other. One walked out with a gunshot wound to his neck, and officers found the other inside suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Paramedics rushed both men to a hospital, and the store was closed the rest of the day. Tonight, the Texas Rangers are investigating a deadly shooting involving ICE agents in Houston. Governor Abbott just announced the independent probe 1 week after agents shot Lorenzo Salgado Araujo. They claim he tried to hit them with his van, but officials admit he wasn't the target of their operation. Similar investigations are taking place at the local and federal level. President Trump has overturned the temporary pause on most ICE traffic stops. On Tuesday, the Department of Homeland Security announced it was halting most stops to give agents additional training. DHS will now require all arresting teams to have at least one person wearing a body cam. Our Boomtown series takes a closer look at the rapid growth here in North Texas, and now a global electronics manufacturer is expanding in Fort Worth tonight with its first AI factory in the U.S. Foxlink acquired land in northern Tarrant County and plans to build a facility in Alliance spanning nearly 150,000 square feet. The company says it'll use artificial intelligence and robotics to automate parts of the manufacturing process as it builds circuit boards. Foxlink says the Alliance plant is the first step in bringing its AI-powered model to facilities around the world. After 9 World Cup matches in North Texas, our time as a host city has come to an end. And today, Dallas Stadium once again became AT&T Stadium as crews removed the tarp covering the sponsor's name. You're about to meet a woman who couldn't imagine life without soccer. Tonight, Cole Sullivan shows us how she found her way back to the beautiful game.
Some amazing memories growing up.
When sport becomes life,
That was pretty special.
there's no way to let go,
It reminds me of the good times I had.
even when life tries to force you.
He looked at me and said, if you don't stop playing, you're going to end up in a wheelchair by the time you're 30.
For Shannon Wilson,
And I beat that by 5 years.
soccer was her world. Revisiting the past
This is my first soccer team.
brings back memories.
I'm one in the hideous pink shorts and the hideous haircut.
She played from when she started walking
I wasn't a superstar, but I wasn't half bad.
until she couldn't anymore.
And it took 6 years to get my diagnosis of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder.
Life sidelined her soccer and her purpose
I was spiraling. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
until
What the heck is this?
Ready?
one day
Let's do it.
she found a way to play.
Mine.
Power Soccer, a wheelchair league with a North Texas team.
Mine!
This team is called North Texas Fully Charged.
Good job, Kaden. Good job, Kaden.
Led by coach Joseph Villegas.
So we just need to adjust the headrest. Once that ball is rolling, they're independent. They're passing the ball, their skills is what comes to play.
Yeah.
Go.
The competition is where Wilson thrives.
Your ball, your ball, your ball!
And playing here has given her new purpose.
Ole, 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 ole.
Get it out. Oh, no.
Her family sees it.
She becomes bubbly. And without that, it was like, well, let's get through the day.
She sees it too.
For once, I didn't feel like I stood out like a sore thumb. I just kind of melded in. There you go.
Soccer can still be her life
Go, girl.
on a team of players
Mine!
who love it as much as she does.
Go, 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 go.
In Carrollton,
Man.
I'm Cole Sullivan.
That was perfect.